live,
Oh.
so it does work. Just could be spotty, I think. I think we'll go with it though. It's green now.
How many minutes
Welcome
are in a half?
to today's game between Northland Lutheran High School and your Columbus Catholic Dons. Once again, for those of you who don't like to watch the scoreboard, we will be playing 45-minute halves. And the game is going to start in just a couple minutes. Thank you.
Welcome to Figgy's Field between the visit afternoon. Getting started just a bit early. Talked to Coach to get the game in before any threat of darkness here tonight. So we're about to get underway. Northland Lutheran in white and Columbus Catholic in their navy uniforms. As Northland Lutheran will be going right to left, as you see, and Columbus Catholic will be going from left to right. Our pregame show was brought to you by V&H Automotive, located just north of Marshfield on Highway 97. V&H is a short drive from anywhere. You can also browse hundreds of vehicles at vnhautos.com. Northland Columbus Catholic getting a huge win last week over Amherst Iowa Scandinavia Rosholt to be sole possession of first place in the Central Wisconsin Conference. And Northland Lutheran looking for a big bounce-back win after their loss to Columbus back on September 5th. As possession early in favor of the Wildcats. And going to be hit to the middle and kicked away. Try and get you some names as the game continues. The big one to look out for, Kellen Delaney for Columbus Catholic. Good goal assist numbers for Kellen, 12 goals on the year, 7 assists. Dylan Porter, 9 goals. Tommy Nystrom, 7 goals. Zach Olson with 5 goals on the season. Just a handful of games remaining for both these teams, and right to the middle it goes. And offense possession for Columbus Catholic. Going to be headed away nicely by Jason Powell. Jason along with Devin, two of the leaders on the Wildcats team. As going to be kicked around nicely. Nystrom with it. Back over Sammy Neville. And right along the out-of-bounds line, and it will go out of bounds, and it will go to Northland Lutheran. Matchup. These teams again did meet early in September, and back of the goal it goes. A goal for the Wildcats at 3:34 in the first half, and a sliding kick and a successful offensive possession so far for the Wildcats, and they take the first lead with the goal. Brendan Rowland, and now back here for the Dons. Near side, Delaney with it. Great footwork, going to get pushed out of the way, and going to come back to Annika Brown. So goal in the Wildcats. Going to have a soccer matchup tomorrow. The Marshfield Tigers taking on Wisconsin Rapids. That's a 7 o'clock scheduled start. Then a couple of volleyball games that we'll be covering tomorrow as well. Again, we'll get into all that during halftime and throughout the broadcast here tonight. But in the 4th minute, already Haferman with a goal, and now the Dons trying to answer back. Going to be kicked away, taken near side by Neville, and going to be poked away. 5th minute, now turning to the 6th minute. Devin Paul with it, and going to be taken there by Wyatt Drexler, I believe, wearing number 0. Going to be pushed up quickly by Zach Olson here in the 4th minute, out of bounds. Northland Lutheran, as I mentioned, out of Wausau. Columbus Catholic Dons from atop the Central Wisconsin Conference. Again, 7-0-1 are the Dons. Amherst, Iowa Scandinavia Rosholt, a tri-op, 5-1-1, and Northland Lutheran at 5-2-0. Gresham or Bowler Gresham at 4-3-0. Pacelli at 4-4-0. Newman Catholic at 2-5-0. Wisconsin Valley Lutheran at 1-5-0, and Tri-County at 0-8-0. Going to be taken near side here And just playing around now in the 7th minute. I go with it. And going to be poked away. Nicely done by Annika Brown, but the Wildcats regain possession. A lot of soccer going on around here. To the right of us at the Richard E. Weinfer Field. Grade school, middle school, most likely. Rhinelander and Marshfield. And near side, trying to pass it up and going to be kicked away, tackled away, but it'll be go back to the Wildcats. .7:14 gone by. Again, 45-minute halves. And that one's going to be kicked out and go back to the Wildcats. Good. Brown, nicely done. To center it and going to be caught one-handed nicely there by Drexler. Side over to Neville. Trying to center it back is John Garneau. No number. I don't see a number on the goalie for Northland Lutheran. Some instructions being called out by Jeff Edwards, the head coach of the Don soccer team, trying to make a little run of their own later on as we get into October. Calendar turns over tomorrow already. A right-handed boot, and out it goes. Nice attempt there by number 14, Augie Gavinsky. Ninth minute, going to turn to the 10th minute shortly. As there'd be a kick from Tom Nystrom. Going to be taken by the Wildcats. Nystrom regains it back to Drexler. Last time we talked to you from Figgy's Field here at Greasy Park, the Marshfield Tigers with a win that evening before they moved over to the new facility at the high school. And again, we mentioned back then that thought the Brewers were all out of the playoff run. They made a run in September in D.C. See if they can get back around to over to the far side. That's Garneau. In the 11th minute, Garneau having a little issue with his shoe, able to get it back on, and he's ready to go again. Movement continues for the Wildcats as they have been in full possession of this soccer ball here in the first 11 minutes of this game. And Annika Brown comes away with it. Far side, but kicked right to coming away for both teams. Did not see who came in for the Wildcats, but a nice throw in there for Annika Brown, taken and just headed around. And a kick down the field will be taken by the goalkeeper for the Dons. As we play in the 12th minute, 1-0 in favor of the Wildcats. They scored in the 4th minute off the foot of Austin Haferman. Haga will come away with it. Nystrom pokes it away, but regained again there by Devin Paul. Nystrom as well for the first time. Good movement here for the Dons to the right side of the out of bounds line. And now right here trying to make another move. Back over goes Olsen. Right here in front of us, trying to center it. Fakes it. Down the line. Centers it. And it'll go to the Dons. So a little movement here for Columbus Catholic, trying to get the equalizer, and the Annika Brown to throw it in. The field now, Tommy Nystrom heads it to Byer and gets this stolen away. In the sights and sounds of Sunday Night Football last night, His Dallas Cowboys falling to the New Orleans Saints 12-10. Saints didn't score a touchdown last night. And now Delaney, right here in front of us, has an opportunity one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Left-footed, but saved. Nice save there in goal for the Wildcats. Again, he doesn't have a number on, just a pink top. And Byer heads it out and will be taken again by the bench of the Wildcats. That one goes out. Corner kick, I believe. And it will be for the Wildcats, their first corner kick, the first corner kick of the game here today as we play in the 15th minute. To do the kick, Devin Paul, number 10, from the far corner. Has his team set up and ready to go. Trying to gain a nice lead here on the Dons. Centers it on the ground, and it will be taken by Drexler. Going to his knees, and a nice save again in goal. Heads it up off the leg. Now Garneau. Porter. Back over to Garneau, near side. Not a lot of... Again, we're only in the 16th minute, but the Wildcats have had all the momentum so far, and they lead 1-0 after rounds. Go to the Wildcats. Throwing it in, Brendan Rowland. Over the head and headed away by Sam Huss. And near side, and it's going to be poked away, not quite. And out it goes. And it's going to be a throw-in. A throw-in for the Dons. A couple substitutions back in for a couple of close calls over here. Right, and nobody touched it until the back kick from Trent back over to Cannon Haga. And no stoppage there. They have an opportunity, 2-on-1. Right-footed and off the ground. Another opportunity, but it sails high and out. And a goal kick, luckily, for the Dons. Catholic. And a swing of the right kick, and going to be headed away now. Annika Brown, where's number 14? Kicks it with the left foot on the far side. And boots it around. One very nice save so far for Northland Lutheran. A couple nice saves by Wyatt Drexler. And now to the far side with the right foot and gets it poked away again. Drexler came in to this game, only giving up 12 goals, 58 saves on the year. A save percentage of 83%. Just 1.23 goals against him on average. And pokes it away here for the Wildcats. Northland Lutheran trying to extend their winning streak, get on a winning streak after shutting out Tri-County on Thursday, and that was going to be poked out, and it will stay with Columbus Catholic. Kellen Delaney throws it in to Afton. Zhao with good defense. They're trying to center it, and off the foot there of Augie Gavinsky. And that one going to sail high and wide for Afton Delaney. So a couple of close opportunities for Columbus Catholic. Just haven't been able to set much up offensively yet in the 20th minute. An early goal by Austin Haferman for the Wildcats, and they lead 1-0. Garneau with it, Subs will come in. See if we can get me started a little early. Not a whole lot early. Didn't have formal introductions already. Obviously, time is going by. Right foot tried to center it. Fantastic. There by Wyatt Drexler, a couple of them. Again, most of this first half, it has been playing the 22nd minute. As mentioned, Columbus Catholic with one or two more home games. We'll get those. Then host Wisconsin Valley Lutheran next Monday. Host Pacelli the week after. A lot of seasons that are winding down already. This week already coming to an end. A couple of big conference games yet to be played. As Zach Olson with it. Kicks it over near side guard. No. Pokes at him. But Haga kicks it away. It'll be a throw-in for the Dons. Minute 23. Playing chicken with the defender. Moves it back around. And going to be poked away. Tries to center it, and it will go wide. Go wide, and it'll be out to the Wild. Nicely placed there by Zach Olson. Who come away. Zach Olson with it. Back over foot. And Afton Delaney, I didn't kick the left foot. Tries to center, and she does. Over down. Annika Brown with it again. And just no positive movement right now for the Dons. Tom Nystrom with it now on the far side in front of the press box and in front of the benches. And it'll be kicked out, and it'll go back to the Wildcats. Only one game on the docket tonight for us here at Zaleski Sports, but only one docket in major sports with Monday Night Football. And the right Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's still trying to get it around, and again, taken away by the Wildcats. Olson in the center of the field in the 27th minute. Wind has picked up just a tad. The flag's in the Huss. No with it. 28th minute. 1-0. 1-0 in favor of Northland Lutheran. That came in the 4th minute from Austin Haferman. Since then, it has been a couple nice saves. Substitution comes in. A couple nice saves by Drexler. I don't know who that is. No number on him. As with the swing of the nicely passed so far. Afton Delaney with it. And nicely done there near side. Going to tracks it down. Now Zach Olson with it. Closing in on the box. Right foot, and it will Wildcats. Arcadia, I believe, earlier. One in. Scoring the equalizer late in that one. One goal scorer, so take it himself. So when the injure himself on that Marshfield at Greasy Park. Left-footed and off. Another save for the Wildcats. Throws it with the right hand. And nobody crashing down on. Throw in for Annika Brown on the far side. Early goal. Not give way, but Garneau moved around nicely, and they are. Austin Haferman with the left foot, and near the goal, Zhao going to be blocked and poked away in front of the goal And Zach Olson will take it. Dylan Porter kicks it over to Afton Delaney. Looking for Kellen, and he passes it up near side for Kellen Delaney. Going to be poked away and dribbles it by, but stolen away by 26 Tyler Lindsmeyer. Zach Olson. Big opportunity, but stolen away. Defense has been stingy here. Oh, off for the Wildcats. 34th minute, 1-0. Wildcats. Working on Annika Brown on the far side is Devin Paul. Swing of the right foot, and is going to sail long and trickle out of bounds. Afton Brown calling over to the bench to see if he can get a sub. I believe Kellen is also doing the same. In the 34th minute we play. Goal kick taken and fought for in the middle of the field by Dylan Porter. Zach Olson with it. Back over to Porter in the middle. Kellen Delaney with it. Passes it up to Lindsmeyer. Afton with it. In the goal and right in front of the goalkeeper in an easy save. And the Dons have put the ball near the goalkeeper, but pretty much right at him. Tom Nystrom with it. Kicks it over to Lindsmeyer back to Delaney. Lindsmeyer has it again. And off the leg of the defender. Now Afton Delaney kicks over to Lindsmeyer. Back over to Olson. Stolen away. Now substitution coming in. Let's see if we can get a number for you. Look at that. Minute and a long kick, but it's airmails everybody and goes out of bounds, and it'll go to the Dons. Again, don't forget to stick around for our halftime show. We'll have a recap of this first half and a look ahead from what will be going on this week. All a part of Zaleski Sports. Have a lot of games coming up. Volleyball, soccer, football, of course, on Friday. And Kellen Delaney fighting for the ball as he goes down, and it will go back to the Dons on a free kick. And we have a matinee for you on Saturday again. A special broadcast live from DC Everest High School. These two teams that are playing there have nothing to do with DC Everest. Ashland and Crivets heads it, and it will be taken and kicked away. Zach Olson runs it down near side. Tries to pass it up. He does. He's trying to center it, and it'll be poked away and taken away by the Wildcats. Our halftime show. And 38th minute, 1-0 Northland Lutheran. Swing of the right leg. It'll be headed away by Tom Nystrom. And taken. Lindsmeyer with it near side. Tries to poke it away. Stolen back away by Hayek. Haga with it. Again, most of this first half has been played in the... Drexler has made some great saves. Now Haga with it, right-footed, going to be blocked and kicked away, and Drexler will run it down again in the 39th minute. Northland Lutheran could easily be ahead in this game 2, maybe 3-0, but why Drexler has kept them in the fourth minute. Top. Pass. The one be taken, finds Liverman. And Drexler falls on top. Olson tracks it down. The 41st minute. Huss with it. He tries to settles it down. It's an opportunity with the right foot. He's going to be blocked. 41st minute, Zach Olson ties it up. Great footwork by Zach Olson all the way down. He's able to sneak past the defender and put it right to the back of the net. And we're all nodded at to get it back right away. Number 4 to Zach Olson's footwork. And going to be taken away by Linsmeyer. Fighting there with Roland. Linsmeyer kicks it back to Garneau. Sets it up. Taken away by Roland. Mira Torby swings it back. 43rd minute. It's all knotted up at 1 after the Zach Olson goal. Swing of the right foot there by Carson Zart. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. If we play, Lens swings it around over to Torby. A good pass back to Porter. And going to be kicked out by Huss. And a corner kick for the Dons, the first of the night. As Zach Olson will make his way over to the corner. Kellen Delaney standing right on. 4 seconds to go. See if they can tie. Linsmeyer with it. And now Kellen Delaney tries to track it down. And it's going to be kicked out. And it will go back to the Dons with 20. Roll out. And that will do it for the first half here from Figgies Field in Gracie Park. A goal in the 4th minute from Austin Haferman, and a goal in the 41st minute to tie it up by Zach Olson. We'll take a quick break and come back with our recap of the first half and give you a look ahead of our upcoming schedule as the Zaleski Sports Week continues. Back to Figgies Field in just a moment.
Are you looking for the perfect part-time around your life? Plus, driving a bus is a lot easier than you think. All buses are automatics, and Lamers teaches you everything you need to know to drive them. Drivers are needed in Wisconsin Rapids for daily routes or after-school sports and activities. To apply, call 715-421-2400 or visit golamers.com.
Served of both worlds in banking? Look no further than Paper City Savings. Paper City Savings, a proud sponsor of area high school sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Figgy's Field here at Greasy Park in Marshfield as Central Wisconsin Conference soccer action continuing here in just a moment. First, our halftime show is brought to you by Nuts Deep Bar and Grill. Nuts Deep in downtown Spencer and 2 locations in Marshfield, including ND2 Express Grab and Go located next to Baltus on South Central Avenue right here in Marshfield. Nuts Deep is open late after this game. So an early goal by Austin Haferman for the Northland Lutheran Wildcats, and besides that, it has been a lot of offensive prowl for the Wildcats, a lot of possession in their own offensive zone. Not so much for the Dons, but they have taken advantage of what they have had. And Zach Olson doing it all himself in the 41st minute, getting by the defender and getting by the goalkeeper to tie it up in the 41st minute. Zach Olson with a goal to tie it up. As I mentioned, upcoming schedule for Zaleski Sports tomorrow. Soccer game, as mentioned before. Wisconsin Rapids at Marshfield. That game starts at 7 p.m. We have that game live for you. Wausau East and Wausau West, one of the coolest things that local volleyball teams do. Volley for the Cure. Last week it was Spash and Marshfield. This week it's Wausau East and Wausau West. Volley for the Cure to raise awareness and money for breast cancer awareness. That game will be live around 7 o'clock. Trevor and I will be up at Wausau West for that games. And then highlights of another big matchup in the Merriwood. That's Stratford and Auburndale volleyball tomorrow. Thursday, Greenwood is at Columbus Catholic. Jason Zaleski will have the call of that one for volleyball at 7 p.m. Spash will head up to Wausau East to take on the Lady Lumberjacks. On Friday, Spash will be at Wisconsin Rapids for football. WFHR will have that call for you. Loyal is at Athens. A very good, big game for both Loyal and Athens as Abbotsford took down the Assumption Royals on Saturday to keep pace with the Athens Blue Jays. Jason Zaleski will again have that call for you at 7 p.m., 6:45 the pregame. Marathon is at Stratford. WOSQ will have the call of that one. And then Greenwood at Abbotsford, Stanley Boyd at Neilsville, Manoa at Amherst. We'll have highlights of all those games for you. And then, as I mentioned, a matinee special broadcast from DC Everest on Saturday, Ashland and Crivets. Jason Zaleski and I will be up there for that broadcast. 45 minutes down, 45 to go here at Figgy's Field at Greasy Park. Steve Mavs alongside Trevor Zaleski, and we are back underway. The Dons now going right to left as Garneau unable to corral it there as we start just 15 seconds in. The Dons going right to left. The Wildcats right back at us, now left to right. As Zach Olson with it, he tied up the game in the 41st minute right before halftime. And the Wildcats will keep it in their offensive zone. Again, like to send a huge thanks to all of our sponsors, especially our halftime sponsor today, Nuts Deep Bar and Grill. Nuts Deep in downtown Spencer and 2 locations in Marshfield, including ND Express Grab and Go, located next to Baltus on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Nuts Deep is open late after this game, and it will be a corner kick for the Wildcats just a minute and 15 seconds in to this second half. And doing the kicking, Devin Paul right here in front of us. Second corner kick for the Wildcats as Addison Byrell is able to poke it away. Now Kellen Delaney works into the shadows of the... As that one will, as always, like to thank our sponsor. Throughout the fall, throughout the winter, hopefully, and throughout the spring. If you like these broadcasts, make sure you go and thank the sponsors. Don't thank us. Thank the sponsors that help us put these games on throughout the high school sports season. And they are all strolling on the bottom of your screen. That one will roll out and roll out to us here again, right in front of us. 48th minute. Give you a name for number 25 as well. Again, we didn't have any rosters. Brandon Lang, I'm guessing. Wyatt Drexler, the goalkeeper, has a number 25 as well. He has a 25, a 0, and a 00. And Brandon Lang, a 25 and a 53 as it was on the roster online. I believe another corner kick for the Dons as Zach Olson will do the duties. And game over to the right of us. That game's all finished up. Tries to center it. And a high jump for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper relatively tall and makes the easy stop. And pushing it up quickly. Has numbers. And Tom Nystrom with a good defense. Right-footed in the box and going to kick it away. Nystrom with the stop right off Tom. And Haga with it. Right-footed, steps on it. Now Zhao again, and Drexler with another save. Off the side of his foot, and it'll be taken by Afton Delaney on the far side in front of the midfield post. And Delaney making a nice move there, has room. Kicks in the 50th minute, right at 49-59. Great footwork from Afton Delaney to get it to Dons. Right at 49-59 in the 50th minute as we stroll past into the 51st. It's 2-1 Columbus Catholic. Moving around there again with the right foot, trying to get Kavinsky right here near us, and kicks it away. Huss into the box. Foot all the way down this sideline. As Haga trying to pass in the 6 o'clock hour here in Marshfield. Steve Mapes alongside Trevor Zaleski. Central Wisconsin Conference soccer action here tonight as the Northland Lutheran Wildcats took a 1-0 lead in the 4th minute. 41st minute went Zach Olson, and the 50th minute goes Kellen Delaney to put the Dons up 2-1 here in the second half. And now pushing it again goes Afton on the far side. Right foot going to be stopped right in his tracks. And the Wildcats take it back. Watching Central Wisconsin Conference Soccer on Zaleski Sports here at Figgy's Field. No. Oh, a push. As there was 2-on-1, and it looked as if Tommy Nystrom might have put his hand on it. Now Delaney again gets it past the defender. Right foot, swing of the right foot, and it was blocked away nicely. And tracking it down is Dylan Porter. Back over to by the Wildcats. Tries to pass it up. Byrel able to stop with her right foot. Going to be taken away by Haferman. Austin with the lone goal for the Wildcats. And going to get by the defenders into the box and going to be poked away. Nystrom taking a couple of extra deep breaths. He's been all over the field today. As Tom. 54th minute. Nice swing of the right leg and pokes it down the field. Kellen Delaney heads it to himself, but going to be taken away on the far side by Roland. Afton and Kellen have played fantastic here since Afton came in the first half. Now Addison Byro. And taken away. Back to Huss. In the middle goes Haga. And Nystrom pokes it away. Back over to Gavinsky. Near side. Looks for a teammate. Haven't heard from Haga lately. And going to be 2-1 Columbus Catholic in the 55th minute. As Lang, the Wildcats, back over to center field, as I mentioned, is Gavinsky. Brandon Lang comes up on him, and he goes right back. And now Sam Huss with the Dons. Steps in, fires, and Delaney takes it away. Now it's going to roll past the end line and go to the Dons. 2-1 Columbus Catholic. After a goal by Zach Olson and a goal from Kellen Delaney. And back again goes Dylan Porter. They're going to slide and make the stop. See if we can get you a number for Kellen Delaney. It's got to be at least, I believe, goal 13 on the year. Yes, 13th goal to go along with 7 assists. And Columbus Catholic trying to secure another win in the 58th minute. Pokes it up, and Nystrom will call him off, and will take it himself. Just running time here in the 59th minute. Nystrom almost got it taken away. Now in for a battle himself. Got shoved down by Haferman. Play continues, and up the middle. And it looks like off the elbow, but no call. He slid and he fell. And the right foot, and it will fly over the top of the goal. Fly over the top of the goal and go back to the Dons in the 59th minute. Again, we started this game a couple minutes early to make sure we get all the time needed for make sure the sunlight sticks around for the end of this soccer match. So far, it's looking pretty promising. Again, Wisconsin Rapids is supposed to travel to Marshfield tomorrow night over at the beautiful facility at Marshfield High School. But 100% to make sure you're safe, if you can't make it to the games tomorrow, if you don't want to get outside, we got 2 live games for you. Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, and then volleyball, we've got Wausau East and Wausau West in volley for the, as he will have Columbus High School. And I will be back up at Wausau East, beautiful facility over at Wausau East High School for Spash and the Lady Lumberjacks in the volleyball. Trying to get past them, and it's going to be poked away and kicked way out. Just check out ZaleskiSports.com. Go to Live Sports. You can see our upcoming broadcast schedule and page. As I mentioned, checking Delaney up a little gingerly after shaking that left foot, making sure everything's all right. And the throw in, and we'll see if Dylan Porter will come in for Afton Delaney. And they'll throw it in and throw it out. And it'll go to the goalkeeper. And taken there near side for Lang. And now Delaney with it. 1 on 2. One of the other goalkeepers for the Dons near side pokes it up, and with it again is Haferman. Haferman, the lone goal scorer for the Wildcats today. As mentioned, the Dons 9-1-3 on the year, and now Haga with it in the middle and going to be booted way out. And a substitution coming back in. '63rd minute. Northland Lutheran coming in at 6-2-0, 5-2 in the CWC. Columbus Catholic at 7-0-1 in conference. Amherst, Iowa Scandinavia, Rochelt, Triop at 5-1-1. Northland Lutheran at 5-2-0. Bowler Gresham at 4-3-0. Pacelli at 4-4-0. Newman at 2-5-0. Wisconsin Valley Lutheran at 1-5-0. And Tri-County at 0-8. Addison Byrell able to fight for it. And out it goes. And we'll go back to the Wildcats. And poked away nicely there to stay in bounds by Gavinsky. And to the middle he goes, heads it away. Wyatt Drexler continues to hack some up. Might have gotten a mosquito or some down his throat. Mosquitoes are out and about here at Greasy Park tonight. As Garneau with great defense. Again, Haferman. And Nystrom just kicks it out. A nice play over there by the ball boy. We are in the 65th minute here at Figgy's Field at Greasy Park in Marshfield. The Dons have a 2-1 lead after falling behind 1-0 in the 4th minute. Nystrom heads it away. Olsen heads it back. And the Wildcats will settle it down. Don't forget, stick around for our post-game show. Of course, stick around for the rest of this exciting conclusion of this game. But we'll have an opportunity to talk to our winning head coach and a player of the game. And Zart with it. Trying to square it up here. Huss moves it around. Delaney, good defense as well, along with his goal in the 50th minute. Coming up for Columbus Catholic, they'll head to Bowler Gresham on Thursday. Host Wisconsin Valley Lutheran next Monday, a week from tonight. Thursday of next week, they will host Pacelli. And then Monday and Thursday of the week after, for the Northland Lutheran Wildcats, host Pacelli on Thursday of this week. And now pushing it quickly is Porter, and it's going to roll out. 10th minute. And Haferman will control it on the far side. And a sliding tackle, and it's going to be a continue play. Haferman slowly getting up. And now the Wildcats with numbers. Tom Nystrom pokes it away in front of his own bench, and he will clear it out as Sam Huss kicks it out. 68th minute, rolling through in 9 seconds. And Zach Olson with it. Swing of the left leg, not quite. Stops, pivots, and turns. Back over to Ty Linsmeyer. Porter. Now Addison Byrell. Swings it around. Huss. And tracking it down nicely again are the Dons. They lead 2-1 in the 68th minute. Again, 2 45-minute halves as Kellen Delaney calls for it. He retrieves it and receives it. Now Zach Olson kicking up to Delaney on the far side. Has numbers and is going to be kicked out by Huss with the corner kick. The Dons will have corner kick number 3, I believe, as it reads on the scoreboard. As the clock continues to run, we'll get into the 69th minute very shortly. Zach Olson doing the duties again. Puts the right arm in the air and zings it in there, and it's going to be taken by Addie Byrell. Right foot, and just over the top it goes. And the 69th minute rolls through. Goal kick for the Wildcats. They trail 2-1. Now it's going to roll out of bounds and go back to the Wildcats. A throw in and headed away by Addie Byrell. Pushing it up and swinging it around is Dylan Porter. Back to Zach Olson, but turned over. Headed and looked, and he's going to send it away, and Tom Nystrom will track it down and kick it out, and it will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. A quick throw-in. Haga tracks it down. Numbers are in favor of the Wildcats, or they were for a minute. Right-footed, and it's going to roll out. And a goal kick. A goal kick for the Dons. '70th minute rolls through. 2-1 Dons here in Marshfield, as the Dons with a 7-0-1 conference record after knocking off Amherst last week 3-1. And Porter kicks it away, but that one will roll out. It'll go back to Columbus Catholic. A substitution on the way for both teams. Making their way in from midfield midfield flag in front of the press box on the far side. Haferman checks back in. I believe Kellen Delaney is coming back in as well, possibly. And pokes it away. And back with it again. Moving it around. 71st minute, crawling into the 72nd, 2-1 Dons. And out of bounds it goes. It should go to the Dons. The official here, the sideline official, had it pointed at or towards Columbus's side. A throw in and taken. Pokes it away. As much as the Wildcats had in their zone in the first half, the Dons have done a fantastic job defensively, but now the Wildcats trying to push it again, far side, and going to be pushed, but recovers does the defense on Devin Paul, who's trying to make a run of his own. These two teams did again meet back in September, or earlier this month. That was on September 5th. Northland Lutheran also lost to Amherst on September 16th. That's when they opened that the new playing facility at Amherst High School. Columbus Catholic went over there and took a game from Amherst on Thursday at the Heartland Farms field. We'll have highlights of Amherst and Manawa football on Friday. The top two teams in the Central Wisconsin Large Conference. Amherst trying to make a run of their own again. They have a bye week. Yeah, a bye week in high school football in week 8, and then they head to Iola Scandinavia to take on the Thunderbirds, who are in trouble of not even making the playoffs this year after winning Division 6 state championship a year ago. Moving it around in the now 74th minute, and ball goes out. And a substitution, believe that's Zach Olson possibly coming back in. Yep, Zach Olson comes back in. The throw-in on the far side. Dons lead 2-1. Slowly but surely walk in. And a throw-in to Afton Delaney. Moving it around in the middle of the field now. Back over to Zach Olson. He scored the equalizer in the 41st minute, right before halftime. Another throw-in for the Dons, John Garneau. Trying to find Zach Olson. That was going to be poked out. A chess match over on the far sideline in front of the Northland Lutheran bench. And now pushing it quickly is Paul. And see who can track it down. And Lang gets poked away by Haferman. And Tom Nystrom will settle under it. And it'll be another kick for the Dons. We crawl to the 75th minute. Just over 15 minutes left here. Again, we'll have an opportunity to talk to the coach of the winning team and a player of the game, as if it were the Dons right now. I have an opportunity to talk to Coach Jeff Edwards, and got to give it to Wyatt Drexler for his work in the first half. Amazing job in goal for Drexler throughout this game here today. Now Haga with it. Good footwork. He's got about 1-on-6. And that one is going to fly long to the right. And he needs a ball. Ball boy is struggling to get the ball in. Nice kick there by the far ball boy. Two to 1, Columbus Catholic. Tom Nystrom will take it again. As no subs this round. A low line kick. Afton Delaney heads it away and sets it up. Nystrom will take it away as Allison Leonard in for the first time. Nystrom went through the legs of Augie without giving anything up here in the last couple minutes. Roll out, and it does. And taken by Gurn and Dylan Porter. Allison Leonard, and now has to settle back under it. Brandon Lang. The defender will go to Tom Nystrom. 78th minute and counting. With the issue of maybe getting a little too dark, and can for sure tell that if we would have started right at 5. We started about 5 or 6 minutes early. And now Afton Delaney on the far side gets slowed down, tries to center it, and kicks it away. And clearing it goes Gavinsky. 79th minute coming about. Tom Nystrom with it now with the left foot. And Paul Devin Paul fights for it. And Nystrom will roll it out, and it will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. A substitution for Northland Lutheran. '79th minute here. And it will keep it in, but it will roll out. Kellen Delaney with it now. Back over to Garneau. And back around comes the Wildcats. Now Haga on the ground, passes it up. 2-1 Columbus Catholic with 10.5 minutes to go. And the Dons will not quite keep it up. Back over to Zart. Left, or headed up by Haferman, but with nothing doing. Swinging it around. Zach Olson on the far side. And pushes it up. Does Afton for the Dons, their fourth. Zach Olson casually makes his way over to the corner. Again, don't forget to stick around for our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Have a quick recap of this game along with a interview with the winning coach and a player of the game, which again in that first half it was all Wyatt Drexler. Centers it and down. Porter, right foot, and saved. And now the Wildcats pushing it. They have numbers. And Gavinsky kicks it up to Haferman. And going to be a battle right here in front of us. Nystrom and Haferman. 82nd minute. And going to be kicked up by Huss. And Byrell tries to clear it away. And now Paul turns, and that one will go out, but it should be a corner kick. Corner kick for the Dons. Corner kick for the Dons here corner kick for the Wildcats in the 83rd minute. Crawling to the 83rd minute. Swing of the left leg, and Nystrom heads it out. To secure another win, pushes it up. That's number 12, Eberhardy. And now Zach Olson looking to the right foot. And Kellen Delaney and headed away. Has to get dark. As then they continue the play. The head official waved his arm, said, keep playing. Again, that's Zach Olson, and it is. And that one goes out, and it'll go back to the Wildcats in the 85th minute. The Wildcats spent it all it was for the Northland Lutheran Wildcats. A couple of goals for Kellen Delaney with the assist. Sinsmeyer, he steals it away. And it's going to be stolen right back away by Augie Gavinsky. And Gavinsky pushing it up with 5 minutes left in this game. Sliding tackle. And now Kellen Delaney with it. Passes it up to Afton. And now Kellen will take it back to Zach Olson. Killing time. Left. and moving it around. Goes into his and fought for on the far side. That one will and needs to stop the clock. You got to pay attention to the official. Once he puts his arms up and crosses them, you got to stop the clock. And it continues to run. There it goes, 86-34. About 20 seconds off from what it should be. 86-17. Again, they stop the clock for substitutions at this point to give make sure that the team that is substituting doesn't take forever to get their player off the field. And they roll it in. We are good to go. That one is thrown out and will go to the Wildcats. A quick throw in. And that game finally over on the far side to the right of us here. 87th minute. Moves it around and fought for right in front of us. Centers it. And nobody touched the ball. And it was player down for the Wildcats. And trying to clear it, they do finally. Devin Paul is down. And the clock continues. It stops now at 87:09. Devin Paul is down, and making sure everything is all right for Devin. Him and Kellen Delaney went at each other pretty tough after that collision. He's still down. Again, 6:38. The time here in Marshfield, as it is, we are in the 88th minute right now, 2-1 in favor of 2-1 in favor of the Columbus Catholic Dons, as Devin Paul remains down. Again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Help us put these games of our screen as Devin Paul gets up and just making sure he is all good. And they got to bring a substitute in, and they do. Make sure everybody is on the same page. Without the sponsors, unable. Live free athletic American Legion and girls basketball, hockey, whole slate of stuff. Wrestling is obviously huge around here. 88th minute, moving it quickly are the Wildcats, trying to equal it up and get the equalizer, but clears it out. And Dylan Porter kicks it up, 2-1 in favor of the Dons. And the last couple of moments here have the Wildcats pushing it up. Now Tyler Linsmeyer clears it out, gets a round of applause from the fans in front of him with 2 minutes remaining. And it will go back to the Wildcats. They push it as Nystrom tries to clear it out off the side of his foot. And it will stay with the Dons, pushing it up with 90 seconds remaining. Again, we'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach of the winning team and a player of the game. If it remains the Dons, we'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jeff Edwards and Wyatt Drexler in his outstanding performance and goal in that first half. A couple of nice saves in the second half as well. And there's 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Dylan Porter continues to fight for it. The Wildcats trying to equal it here in the final couple minutes, and a long, high, wide shot. They need a ball with 45 seconds remaining. Dons lead 2-1. Number 8 in the conference. Huss 2-1 over the Northland Lutheran Wildcats. We'll take a quick break, come back with our Nasonville Dairy postgame show, have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jeff Edwards and Wyatt Drexler when we get back to Figgy's Field and Greasy Park right after this.
And now the continuing adventures of Captain Collision.
Aha, the phone. Hello, Mankey's Automotive and Collision Center.
Hi, Captain Collision. I was backing out of the driveway and trying to text my friend and hit the snowbank thingy, and boom. Know what I mean?
Of course, of course, Rob and the rest of the Mankey team can fix anything. They can give you a free estimate, free pickup and delivery, and a lifetime warranty on your repair work. Now let's get to work. Mankey's Automotive and Collision Repair, 25th Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. We meet the nicest people by accident.
Here at Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling, your comfort experts. We just want to make sure our customers stay comfy and cozy this winter. Call us to schedule an annual checkup for your furnace or to take advantage of specials on a brand new Lennox home comfort system, up to $1,600 in rebates. Get comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling, your comfort experts, at 715-421-5555 today, or visit us online at rapidsheetmetal.com. It's just another way we make you feel better.
Nearly 500 new sports fans are born each year at Aspirus Riverview Family Birthplace. The brand new birthplace features hotel-style suites, equipped with a whirlpool tub, walk-in shower, 2 flat-screen TVs, a mini fridge, and a queen-size sleeper sofa. If you're adding to your roster soon, choose Aspirus Riverview Family Birthplace. Aspirus, passion for excellence, compassion for people.
I'm ready to go. Welcome back to Greasy Park, part of our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville has fresh cheese curds made daily. Visit them at Nasonville. Win this is.
Yeah, that is a very well-coached team, disciplined team. That was a huge win time, and we came in and got that goal right away early, and then just were able to keep possession and get the win.
How big of a goal was that?
It's a third the entire half. To get that equalizer was huge. It kind of gave us a little bit more momentum going into half, and then we kind of carried that over to the second half. And you could tell both teams were just gassed in this humidity, but we ended up getting the win.
As you mentioned, the weather or the heat being a big factor, now going towards the rest of the year, the rest of the week, I mean, temperatures that are going to be in the mid to upper 50s. Just talk about how big of a difference that's going to be.
It's going to be pleasant. This is miserable to me, and I think it was miserable for both teams. They haven't played in this kind of weather since August, probably practice. Welcome that.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll have an opportunity to talk to our Zaleski Sports Player of the Game as bring him in here and ask him a couple questions about this big win over Northland Lutheran. Of course, just talk about the win. Gave up a goal in the first 4 minutes, and then able to stalemate them the rest of the game. Just talk about
Mark. We started finding our stride. Defense started getting better marks. I mean, credit to them. They made my job look a little better than it did tonight.
And of course, as you mentioned, your teammates helping you out. Tom Nystrom, obviously a very big part of this team. Just talk about how much he helps you back there.
I mean, he's basically my motivator back there. He's just helping me clear out balls and just help me save them. He's probably the biggest part of the defense right now.
As you mentioned, on your heel, or Coach mentioned on your heels a little bit early on in the game, that confidence and momentum.
Once we started giving them more opportunities, they capitalized.
And obviously a bit to
the way we played, I think, definitely helped us come postseason. Right now we're just taking one game at a time and getting ready for a tough postseason ahead.
All right, we'll put them in the house. Here's the mic. Trevor will count you down, and then just say your name and say I'm in the house, right? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Wyatt Drexler, and I'm in the house.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right. Again, once again, the Columbus Catholic Dons knock off the Northland Lutheran Wildcats 2-1 today. As mentioned, Wyatt Drexler, our Zaleski Sports Player of the Game. As always, like to thank our sponsors that help us put these games on, especially Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville has fresh cheese curds made daily. Visit them at nasonvilledairy.com. And until tomorrow night at Wausau West for Volley for the Cure, have a great night, everybody. It's supposed to storm tomorrow. Stay safe, and we'll talk again tomorrow night.